Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, my name is Sally Ann Kearns, and I'm a mum to two active boys, and I've had a very colourful history. More recently, the last 6 years, I've been a functional nutritionist, and so I'm very passionate about reclaiming health and using simple and sustainable strategies to get people there. And this technology has been a lot of fun. In the sense that we were really struggling, actually, not me, because I was totally healthy and I didn't need this technology at the time, but for my husband, who had a chronic back injury. And I laugh about it now, but it was not funny at the time. He was totally debilitated. I was seriously wondering what life was going to look like. And we'd had the farm, we had two young kids, and he was just grumpy because he was in pain, and we'd had no solutions to this issue. And we were trying all of the conventional things that would normally work for pain, you know, chiro, physio, Bowen, etc. And yet nothing was really making the change. And a beautiful friend of mine who is on the call today, Misha, she rang me up and she said, Sal, I know you have a heart for helping others feel better, and I've got this thing that's really cool. And remember the bursitis that I had in my knee? Well, that's shifted. And I honestly, I was just like, give me the paperwork. Where do I sign? The technology arrived. We were able to put it on my husband, and a transformation occurred that is somewhat a miracle. In all honesty, it shifted very quickly, within a few hours, which is not everybody's experience, but it was enough for me to say, wow, what is in this? And I felt really blessed that my friend had actually shared that information with me, because had she not shared it with me, I would not be on this journey. And 2 years later, it is a lot of fun. And this gentleman here is the humble, heart-driven humanity hero of Lifewave. And this man has actually over 180 patents now. He's actually stopped counting. I don't know about you. Anyone here know anyone with any patents? I don't know anyone with any patents. So obviously I'm not hanging in the right circles, but he's a scientist and the inventor and the CEO of this organization. And his whole focus was on age reversing. So he's got a really interesting story in that he was commissioned by the Navy to create devices that would keep the SEALs in, I guess, mission, if you like, without amphetamines and drugs for energy. And that's where this technology started in 20 years ago. But in 2008, David really started to go, okay, stem cells are the future. And this is essentially what he really started working on, and with an interest with Dr. Lauren Picard, who is leading in this space as well, which with the peptide, combined that information and then recently took that patent. It took 10 years and $4.5 million of his own money to bring this technology to market. And if you saw it on a shelf, you would probably just kind of walk straight past, which is very sad. So we have a duty to actually let people know about this technology. So here is the patent. And as you can see, embodiment, providing phototherapy, so essentially light therapy to a human body, for example, and it elevating copper peptide, which is what Dr. Lauren Picard looked at. And it includes the activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, and reduction in inflammation, management of pain, which was my husband's outcome, and improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, and improved wound healing. I can tell you now that I look younger and healthier than I did 2 years ago. And I feel like when I look in the mirror, I'm actually really proud of what looks back at me. And that is something that I haven't experienced up until I put this technology on my body. And what we aren't told by the conventional system is that the older we get, the fewer stem cells we have, right? And so this is the maths. It's 1 + 1 = aging. Well, David Schmidt had an idea to handbrake that process, and bless him, right? So hundreds of millions of people are experiencing symptoms of aging, whether it be the fine lines on your skin, the tonality or color of your hair, that luster of thickness. These are all signs of aging, the collagen in your skin. And by the age of 30, which I am over, half of those stem cells are active. And by 60, you've almost lost all of your stem cell activity. And so why is this important? If we are to fulfill the purpose that we have been put on this planet for, would you all agree that we need some energy in order to be able to do that? Right? Yeah. We need good sleep. We need mental clarity. We need focus for when things get tough. We need that resilience. And I think about my own really chronic health history where I was so unwell for so many years and all the tests came back inverted, not, commas normal, but I did not feel normal. And this is something that I have been able to promote not only to my own family, but clinically. And I'm proud to incorporate it into my day-to-day. So what is it and how does it work? So this little humble patch that you put on your body, it looks like this. Essentially, it is a form of phototherapy. So it is a patented nanocrystal technology. So they're organic nanocrystals created in a lab in Ireland, in Galway, which reflect light at a specific frequency, which stimulates GHKCU, which is what Dr. Lauren Picard was looking at. And it's non-transdermal. So you're putting this on your body and it's not like a nicotine patch. Nothing is going into your skin. It's not like hormone replacement therapy. There's no drugs, chemicals, or stimulants, which makes it a little bit crazy to think about. But this is the future of health, non-invasive. So nothing is hurting you, which is really cool. So I like to describe it as we go out in the sun and now we get an exposure to sun. There's no vitamin D in the sun. There's no vitamin D in the air. But yet when our skin has the frequency of light from the sun, it knows how to metabolize that hormone in our body. And this is exactly the same way. So we're wearing portable light therapy. So we don't have to sit in an infrared light bed for hours on end that costs $50 every time you do it. And what are the benefits? So increased strength. Like if you're already fit and healthy, most people will come back and say, I feel unstoppable in the gym, which is really cool. Reduction in inflammation, increased stamina, so more energy. The energy and the vitality, so feeling alive, feeling youthful, the mental clarity. And I kind of felt like after a period of weeks, it was like I had looked through binoculars that were slightly out of focus. I don't know if you've ever done that. And all of a sudden, somebody had sharpened the focus of my binoculars and I kind of saw the world finally through the actual lens of what it was. That's how I describe that mental clarity. We've got a restoration of muscular and skeletal conditions. This is really important because not much can do both. Improvement of sleep. I know for me, my sleep is still deep. I remember my dreams. That was one of the first signs that I knew I was coming back into balance. Improved skin appearance. Hello, I'll take it. And so just to be clear, the LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure or prevent any disease or medical condition. But they do optimize, regenerate, and reactivate what our body actually knows how to do. So it's not the patch doing anything, it's the patch reminding your body how to heal itself, which is pretty cool. So this is a topography map. This is a woman's brain of 77 years old, or young, should I say. She's wearing the X39 on the back of her neck, just like me. This is pre-patch. So she has not patching here. All the red that you see is inflammation. And how is that showing up? Like a lack of brain coherence. So she might walk into the pantry and forget while she's there. Done that a few times. This is session 2. So this is 3 weeks in. You can see all of the inflammatory pattern is now gone. So how is this showing up? Improved brain coherence. Session 3, this is 6 weeks, guys. What else can you do in 6 weeks to remove inflammation from the brain? I don't have any other tools, right? Complete turnaround, better brain coherence. And this is what we see. So we've got, there's young people, not just 77-year-olds, that are suffering from this, right? And this is the real pandemic, in my opinion. And so we've got long-term studies. If you are a bit of a science head and you want to go deep into the information, you can go to the website and you will see that within the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset to a younger, healthier age. Within 6 weeks, the brain is becoming balanced, just like the former slide. Within 3 months, the collagen in the skin is increased. Now, collagen is not just in your skin, it's all through your body. It's not just the lines on your face, it's your tonality of your joints. And at the 6-month mark, the heart is reversing out in age. So powerful stuff. And as per David Schmidt's statement here, it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. And I feel as though I have handbraked my aging process. So how do I use this technology? You basically take the sticker off the back of the patch, you put it on for 12 hours during the day, ideally, because you can stay hydrated. You take it off at night. So what do? Keep it near my toothbrush, brush my teeth, put it on in the morning, brush my teeth, take it off. Yay, that's the simplicity of it. I then put it on my cats, namely one sleeping over here, my indoor plants, or water bottles, so the water filter. Put on a new patch the next day and repeat. You can wear more than one at a time and drink plenty of water. So the clinical studies have been done in a static environment to actually measure the results, and of which the patches were all on underneath the umbilicus, belly button, and on the C7, which is the first vertebrae that protrudes. And so this technology is so sophisticated and simple to explain, but, caveat, the amount of testimonies that we have had, which are totally awesome, is almost somewhat addictive, in the sense that you get to gift this to the people that you love or the people that you encounter, that I can guarantee you, just like us, were up at night praying for a solution. And on that note, I would love if Stephanie is available just to share what her experience is, if that's okay. I'll just stop that sharing.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Steph. Here's what we prepared earlier. So, Steph, how long have you been patching?
Coming up to, it's been 11 months that I've been patching. So, incredible results over those, nearly a year. My daughter just recently, when we were up north, she turned around and she said to me, Mum, looking closely at my skin, and I'm 61, she said, Mum, your skin, your pores, because I've got, quite large pores from acne and things like that. She goes, your skin's changing. She says, your pores are starting to tighten. I said, look, darling, I don't look that closely, but thank you for that. That's great. She looks at me more often. So that was really amazing. I've also noticed with my skin too, after the 11 months, when I used to bump my skin, I used to get those sort of blood blisters, as you age. I know my dad has it, my sister has it. But the last month, I'm not getting them. So that's starting to sort of shift. Over the years, the first thing that I always talk about is, because I was going through a lot of post-traumatic stress with a lot of situations, it's like all the fragmented pieces had come back, and I felt absolute clarity, grounded. I just, as I said, a soul retrieval. So that light body came back, and I felt like I was back in my body, and I could handle a lot of the things that I couldn't, and things that used to trigger me no longer trigger me as they used to. So I'm able to cope a lot more with all those little things that would normally get me down. We've been up north and down in Sydney with family being, unwell, hospital, and all of that. The patches have helped immensely with me the last year. I don't think I would have coped without the patches, mentally, physically, emotionally. Aches and pains are gone. I can, pick up the grandkids, and my strength is a lot you know, I can hold them a lot easier, get on the floor and play with them, which I used to, but I used to struggle getting up sometimes, but all of that has changed. And that's over this year, but straight away I noticed the physical aches and pains in my joints. I'm able to eat food that I had a lot of food intolerance. I know in the past I've had candida, and I know I'm seeing that that's improving because of, you know, and excuse me, that bowel movements and things like that. So I'm really regular now. I don't have to take any tonics that I used to. What else have I got? I've got a list, you know. The other thing is my feet. I used to have a lot of aches and pains in my feet where I couldn't wear anything but really sort of soft, spongy shoes. Over the summer, when I was up north, my daughter has tiles, and I could never walk on that floor for longer than 5 minutes. I had to put shoes on, and I noticed that I can walk on the tiles now, and my feet don't ache at all. Even at night when I go to sleep, I don't have those aches in my feet that I used to, which is incredible for me. So all these little things that are sort of starting to, you know, show up in this year that I've sort of been using it. The other thing is my optometrist, when I went to check my eyesight, I've been wearing glasses all my life. I've got contacts on now, but they're improving. So my script's gone down on both eyes 0.1%. And she even said that my last visit before Christmas, that my astigmatism is correcting slightly, but correcting in my right eye, which is huge because I've had that all my life. So I'm going to continue patching. And the other thing too is I'm at a point now, and it's been a while too, is that because of the team, and I didn't want to do the business, trust me, it just happened because I told someone on Facebook about these patches, and then it all just started. So I had to jump in and learn everything, which has been great because there's a great team above me, Shelley, Sally Ann, and everyone's been really helpful. My patches now, and it's the two of us, my husband and myself, that we use the patches, and we use multiple X39 every day, and I love the Eon too. But my patches are being paid for, and I'm actually making a little bit of profit. So I'm paying for some bills now that hubby's not working. He's sort of been made redundant. So that's been really helpful. So yeah, just going forwards with the business this year, I'm going to focus a lot more on getting people who want to build. And it is really easy. It's and that's the thing that I need to learn and get my head around, is expressing and sharing the business side of things, because it is really easy. It's like two on your left, two on your right. And yeah, it's just, so I'll let Sally Ann talk about the business side of things, but I love the patches. They've given me my life back, put it that way, on so many levels. So I love sharing it. It's just getting my words to share it properly. That's all, because I get too excited and I trip over myself when I share. So that's it for me today. Thanks, Sally Ann and everyone. And a big thank you, Sally Ann, Shelley. I don't think I would have done this on the long run without your support and your help. And Misha and Tessa and everyone who have put so much into sharing and supporting everyone. So thank you so much.
Wow, it's and that's what I mean by we get to bless others. And when when Misha shared with me, and then I had a beautiful conversation with my friend Shelley, there was just this organic, hey, I don't know what this is going to do for you, but this is what happened for us. And that's what Misha shared. She just shared, I don't know what this is going to do for you, but this is what it did for me. And I just trusted her, and I had a heart for, why would she lead me up the garden path? And there is some more information. So I'm going to shift gears slightly. So thanks, Steph. Thank you for sharing. Just hearing those words, these patches have given me my life back. It just makes me so emotional to hear, because I think to myself, well, what if I didn't say yes because I was in my own way? And then what if I didn't share with Shelley? And then what if you didn't get the opportunity? What if you never came across this tech? And there's only 5,000 people using this technology in Australia at the moment. Like, hello. There is so many people out there praying for this solution. So I'm going to keep moving on. I'm going to shift gears slightly. I'm going to cover off the business opportunity. and just the bigger picture around Lifewave as an organization and the training system that we have in place. So I'll continue to share my screen. Can everyone see that screen? Beautiful. So this is it info. So you can go here, you can look at the patterns, the studies. There's actually another tab up here for testimonials. You could look at specific elements if you've got someone that drops onto your heart. And these are primarily out of the US. This organization has been very strong in the US. This tech has only been available in Australia for approximately 2.5 years. I'm sorry, I haven't updated these slides, but we are, as of 2024 October, Lifewave as a business celebrated 20 years. And as you can see, from 2021, right in the middle of COVID, this organization went from a $20 million gross turnover to $320 million. In 2023, closed out at $430 million, and we've just closed out at just over $600 million in 2024. 2025, set to go to $1 billion. And open now legally in over 80 countries, which is really exciting. So you're not just limited to little old Australia, you can actually see where we are all around the world. And it's not another Me Too product. So it's not another shampoo, it's not another face cream, it's not a weight loss supplement, etc. Which having the exclusivity of a technology which has been demonstrated to activate stem cells is a bit of an out there conversation. But people are looking, and I think we all realize that the health and wellness field is changing gears. And we, as a business, Lifewave was voted the #1 company in last year for businesses from home. So if you're someone that has really craved, being able to drop your kids off to school, pick them up, or just be home for the holidays, or just say yes to things that you love, then this could be something for you. And you might not be able to, immediately say, yes, I'm going to build a business, but just put a patch on your body and then see what happens and start to get involved in the community and see whether or not, just like Steph, we claim our health first quite often, and then we want to claim our wealth. So this is David that we talked about, our fearless inventor. This is Meredith Berkovich, which Misha and I had the beautiful privilege of meeting in November in Vietnam when they sent us all expenses paid overseas twice last year. Misha did 5. This is Steve, and this is Gina Merritt. Now, they have been in the direct selling industry for many, many years, and they really are pioneering leaders, and they're setting the pace. We, as Lifewave, were voted the #1 growth company by the Direct Selling News in 2024. So we've got all eyes on us at the moment, and I feel really blessed to be part of this stage of growth, because I've always loved small business that becomes big business. In my former career in real estate, that was what I loved. I felt really proud of the growth, and I've been able to be part of that here. This is our new corporate headquarters in the US, and they opened and unveiled that last year. These are some of the conferences that occur not only in person, but we also have digital versions. So we've just come off the back of an incredible event, training for $155 that I would have paid in my former real estate career thousands for. So, and just to give us information around, what words to say and how to get out of our own way. Right? I mean, ultimately, we are all limited by what is between our 4 ears. If we believe we can't, then that's what's going to be true. If we believe we can, then that's what's going to happen. And we attract what we put out there. So what the question is that I have for you today is, what is more important for you right now? Like, what is keeping you awake at night? Is it less debt? You just want some additional cash flow. An extra couple of $100 a week would be life-changing for you right now. Is it that you want better health and that you're just tired of feeling tired? Would you love a holiday? Would you haven't been able to put one in the budget for so long and you just want to travel? Do you want to feel secure in the sense that if the world crumbles in, another sort of COVID era, then you get the opportunity to make choices for your life that aren't dictated by being in a job? And freedom, like freedom is number one of my values. I want to be able to say yes to the things that I love and no to those that I don't, and be able to give back to organizations and communities that are really changing the world, and spend time with my family, right? Time is freedom, time is wealth. So if there's something keeping you awake at night and this is your year and you go, I just want to, if I could just do this, that would give me X, then you are partnering with Dream Keepers and Hope Builders. That is our team. That is our organization. We will take that little dream of yours and we will hold on to it until it becomes a reality. We will help you feel accountable. We will show you the training platform. And it's as simple as talking to people and, you know, sharing with 4 people that want to intentionally build. And how does that look? So you're essentially, you know, putting people on the left, people on the right, and this income is capped. This one way of getting paid is capped at $25,000 US each week. I don't know about you, but $25,000 a week is pretty life-changing, particularly when it's in US. So this is where we really guide our business builders. So if you were to put your hand up and say, I want to have a go at this, this would be the first place that we would direct you to get into. And Misha did it in a day. I did it in a week. A couple of other people took a few months. So it's really your journey. It's not a race, but ultimately, why would you not want to bless for others with changing their health? There are additional ways to get paid. So let's just say that I share with Shelley and Shelley shares with Stephanie. Then ultimately, by supporting Stephanie and Shelley, I'm getting remunerated for what they're getting paid. Now, in my former organization, that only happened when I was the boss, right? I owned the company. I took all of the liability and risk. I was paying the payroll tax. I was training the 35 staff. I had to make the mortgage payments. In this organization, my costs are so limited. I don't have any of the risk. And yet I'm benefiting from when others win. And this is the key to a truly leveraged lifestyle. And it also means that you are unlimited in your income potential. And you don't know who they know, right? So we might have this story that we don't know many people. Well, you don't know who they know. You might talk to one person and they might know heaps of people, like Sally Ann or Misha. Or they just might feel really driven to be out there and sharing in their communities. So it's very simple to get started. I'll go to a bigger version of that form. So there's 3 packs that essentially get you going. This one's great for the single person that just might be claiming their health. This is phenomenal for the business builder. And then this one here is what I did and what Shelley did and what Stephanie did and what Misha did. And there's a reason for this. It's because this is the person that's really saying, I'm doing it. And you become your own little mini warehouse. So even though you're not carrying stock as such, if I was talking to Shelley and Shelley was like, yep, I'm ready to get started, and she starts filling in the form, I would say, Shelley, you can take this and you can start patching until yours arrive from Victoria. And so she's now got a patch on her body. She's starting that transformation of activating her stem cells. When her product arrives, she gives them back to me, and then I give them to someone else. So that's why you would go down that road. And there's other bonuses as well. Now, this is a subscription model. And I have to stress the importance of this because we often have fears around subscriptions because we've been stitched in the past, or if you're an Apple user, it's really hard to turn it off. This is not hard to turn off. This is a simple login and a press the stop button, or it's just a matter of ringing your upline or emailing customer service. But you wouldn't want to stop it because ultimately, if you're on a contemplation path of, do I want to build this business? Whilst you're on a subscription, you're actually accumulating all of these incredible points each month that is going on in the organization below you and around you that you're not even really driving. So the power of this is, I can't stress it enough, get yourself on auto ship, and it just needs to be 1 month of product there. So these are the prices. They are in US dollars. Obviously, that changes and fluctuates daily based on the exchange. It is plus GST and shipping. Now, you want more information, so you can go and do the deep dive and hear the doctor's talks and hear about how David Schmidt formed this company and the vision that he had and how it became a direct selling industry. model as opposed to just being on a shelf. We also have this infallible training platform where you could come in today and you could literally hit manager in a couple of days just by watching this training and plugging people into events just like this that are happening all around the globe in multiple different languages. Do you need to do the presentations? Absolutely not, if you don't want to. Do you get good at inviting people? Absolutely. You almost become an event promoter until you get your own training wheels off and you decide if you want to do this yourself. And so I guess the question that I would ask in, we're in the early stages of 2025, and we know that if we don't change, nothing changes. And so what is it that you are going to change this year in order to transform your future, to give you what was on that slide before: time, security, less debt, etc. And if this could be it, right? And I know, as Stephanie said, and as I said initially, I wasn't looking for another thing to do. I already had enough businesses. But what I started to witness was there was a huge alignment piece with Lifewave and the This Is It training platform where I didn't have to create anything. I'm used to creating all these systems. This was already here. All I had to do was just plug into it and then help others find the website, like, hello. And they now have a podcast, etc. So we do have 2 events a year that you have to be part of if you're actively building the business, either in person in Orlando, Florida, or online. And the next one is in August. So you want to put that in your calendar. We just had this one in January, which was unbelievable. I still cannot believe the quality of the training. And there was a virtual version of that. We have opportunity meetings actually run by our leadership team almost every single day all around the globe. So if you feel like you want to get started and you want to run quick, we can accommodate that. And then that's it, guys. So I just implore you to go back to the person that invited you to this event. You've dropped onto their heart for a reason, and they have felt that you would benefit from this wealth technology or the wealth opportunity. So health tech or wealth, you don't have to do both. You can just claim your health. But you might be a little bit like us and you just jump on and you go, oh my God, this is what I've been looking for the last 40 years in terms of leverage. So thank you so much for your time. And I just want to say have a great day. And yeah, check out the websites and we will see you on the flip side. Cheers.